I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your
Let's take a lap around Lime Rock Park here. We are using the Sonoma setup. It feels fun and fast. All right, coming down the front stretch, you're going to be in fourth gear here. And as you get closer to turn one, you're going to have your choice of brake markers on the left-hand side here. This first lap we're going to do is kind of the comfortable, safe one. I like to brake a little bit before the 5 gets to my A-pillar. Then I'm going to be hard on the brakes, trying to keep the truck straight. Right around here as we get under this crossover, that's where I'm going to downshift to third, probably right where we're paused here. Again, try to keep the truck straight as you're hard on the brakes, then turn in for this first apex. Once you get past that first set of curbing, you can downshift to second to help the truck rotate here and then come back to that second set of curbing apex. As you get to the next turn here, you're really light on the brakes, 10 to 20%, just kind of dragging it enough to help the truck turn. Then you weave your way through here. You can touch that right curb just a little bit. And then right here, if you get on the full throttle too hard, you can get a little sideways. And then as we come down to this high-speed section and to go up the hill, I like to use, again, for the safe and comfortable lap, I'm using this tree right here on the left as we go by it. When that gets to my A-pillar or just a smidge before, I'm hard on the brake. Maybe not as hard as the front as turn one, but pretty hard here. Then riding the brake a little on turn entry and then up the hill. Now this is a trick, a booby trap right here. There is a crest at the top of this hill where the truck will try to come off the ground, especially the rear wheels. If you stay full throttle through here, the truck will spin out as that happens. So you really need to kind of baby it through here, 50% throttle, maybe a little less right as you get to the top of the hill. I find that if you go all the way to the left, like might be natural here, the crest is worse. So stay to the middle, maybe a little to the right. That's just my personal preference. As you come down, we'll call the backstretch here. This is probably the most difficult turn in terms of keeping the truck steady. There's no obvious brake marker back here on when you should be getting on the brakes, but somewhere right around here is where I'm going to do it. Again, better to be safe than sorry. And then you're just going to ride through here. And as you get back on the throttle, this is the place where the truck, I think, is the loosest all the way around. If you get on the throttle too hard here, the truck will kick out just like it did on me here. But you can save it and then get full throttle. Then there's one more crest in the road as you come down the hill. If you are full throttle and not paying attention, it'll catch you and you'll start to spin here. So kind of lift just a little bit or just kind of be ready for it. And then right as you get to the bottom of the hill, start your turn in. You kind of want to get just barely on this curbing, an inch or two, and then you're going to softly apply the throttle until you're full throttle back on the straight. Use as much of the track as you can, and that's a pretty decent lap. Now, on this lap, I'm going to purposely overdrive some things and show you that the truck is savable. Here in turn one, if you get loose, just let off the throttle, keep the wheel pointed where you want the truck to go, and it'll come to it. Real easy to get in a wreck there. Coming through this middle section, if you mess up the left-hander, the right-hander can become dangerous. You can overshoot here on this stretch here or the other way around. Again, at the top of this hill right here, you can hear the truck kind of hop off the ground and you got to save it. That's pretty much par for the course here. This is the easiest one to overdrive, even if you get in the grass. Like I said, just let off the throttle. Let the truck kind of save itself. Same on this final turn. You get in the grass. All you got to do is let off the throttle and point the wheel where you want the truck to go without overcorrecting too much. All right, now let's do our hot lap. Got that brake bias down, -1%. Probably going to wear out the rear tires. Might not want to use that for a full run, but for this kind of qualifying hot lap, wait till about the 4 to brake. Real hard on the brakes into turn one, down to second, hugging that second apex, and then using all of the track out to the left. Here you're just dragging the brakes. You can hit that curb on the left, no problem. It's pretty flat, not going to upset the truck. And back on this stretch, remember that you can get a little loose if you come on the throttle too hard. I'm going to wait till the curbing to brake on this one at real high speed, and then watch that crest. Oh, it'll get you. Again here, kind of playing it safe on the braking point, but that really sets you up to come off of that turn with a big run down the hill here. And then I'm going to use every inch of the track to stay in the throttle as hard as I can. It's a real progressive throttle press there on that final turn. And that there is going to be a pretty decent lap. Now, like I said, you're going to have to take care of those rear tires over the course of a run. Play with the brake bias. Find your comfort zone. And take it easy. The truck is pretty savable on both the asphalt and the grass. So I hope you guys have fun. We'll see you on Tuesday.